Today we're going to be working on our Northern Lights, and we're going to be using the chalk that's on your table. If it's covered up a little bit like this, you're welcome to. You can peel off the wrapper. This chalk is really good quality. That's why I'm not throwing out the ones that are broken. They still work really, really well. This is actually from Amazon, so that's the brand if you ever want to try to order it. But I'm going to start by taking any color chalk. I'll just grab a white, and I want to make a line through the middle of my paper, so maybe down towards the bottom. So we'll do it slightly lower than the center. So move that back a little bit. So there's my line. That's going to be my ground line. So my ground is going to be down here, and I'm going to make little trees, but today we're focusing on the sky. So for my sky, I want to choose some colors that I think look good together. I like pinks and greens, maybe some yellow if I have here, so I'm going to work with that today. So for my Northern Lights, I want to make some lines that are, I don't even want to say lines. I want to make some marks with the side of my chalk, and these are going to be diagonal. Okay. So if you got to see the Northern Lights in Ohio, they happened a few times. There was one time in the spring, and there was like one or two times just recently that we got to see them. They were really cool. The cool thing about chalk is you can blend it like this. And then kind of the other side of chalk is it is very messy. However, the other cool thing is I'm going to take another color and I'm going to overlap it. So what I want to do with my Northern Lights is I want to make these like stripes, I guess, with my chalk. Okay, I'm not going to blend this one yet because I want to show you what happens when you blend more than one color together. So I'm going to do a little bit of green down here. I am pressing down a little bit hard, so you should be able to see the color when you apply it to your construction paper. Now you can do this two ways. You can take your hands and you can just smudge the chalk. You can make it go up like that. See how it kind of goes up and creates a different effect, so that looks kind of cool. Or you can use, if it really bothers you to touch the chalk, you can use a tissue. You can also go up. The problem with the tissue, though, as you can see in there, it kind of takes the chalk off. So I would just use, you could try to use your fingers. And it is messy, like I said, so you kind of just have to pick up your paper and just shake it off a little bit here and there. So I want to keep adding lots of colors to my sky, because if you saw the Northern Lights, and I just showed you that video, you know that they're very colorful. So I just switched to green again because I want some more green in there. You can do little sections. Okay, and then blend them together. So I'm going to do a bunch of sections. So just like little choppy sections. I'm using the side of the chalk, so I get like a nice smooth section. I don't get like a lot of lines. You don't want lines. You want it to blend. Okay, so see how that's all blending together like that? So I was holding the chalk and using the flat side. So if that didn't make sense to you, I can help you, or if that's not working for you. If you get a color like this that doesn't show up very good, at first, you might just have to flip it onto the other side. If you get a piece of chalk that's really dirty, you can always flip your paper over and just rub it on the back. Ooh, that's making a mess. That goes everywhere. So the good thing about chalk is it does wash off. And then I would roll your sleeves up. I didn't do that, but probably roll your sleeves up. So then just take your fingers again and then just kind of use your fingers to go up. Try to go all in one direction. Don't go all around in all different directions when you do it, because then it'll just make it look like a big mess. It won't look good. So try to go all in one direction. I'm going to leave this spot up here. That looks kind of cool. I'm going to leave that with a little bit of black at the top, because you can see how I streaked it. I went up with the chalk and I streaked it into the black. And then down here I might do the same thing. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I can always add a little bit of white if I think that my sections are too dark. I'm going to try that. Let's try that and see what happens. Let's put a little bit of white in there and just see what that looks like. And then I can take my finger again and kind of smudge it. That looks cool. I like that. So it's just a matter of putting the chalk on there, smudging it, and then leaving it alone. Because if you keep going over it and you keep touching it, it's not going to look good. It's all going to look brown and muddy, and you want it to just look like that, like the Northern Lights. So the next time that we do this, we're going to take black paint and paint the bottom, and then make like little trees, like little silhouettes of trees here in the front, and then stars also. So that's what we're going to do today with the chalk. Please wash your hands when you're done.